Why clarity is the missing piece in your business. So, confusion often breeds frustration, but clarity brings peace and power. So in this video, I'll talk about how clarity on your vision, values and calling reshaped everything that I do in my personal life and how to apply it in your situation. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the co-founder of Kingdom Impact Lab along with my wife Tatum, and we exist because we want to show people how you can pursue Christ-likeness in everyday life, which is the pursuit of excellence, integrity, extravagant love, radical generosity and humble service, and how doing this over long periods of time will help you have kingdom impact. It will help you follow your life mission, it will give meaning and purpose into everything you do. You'll be able to transform the ordinary mundane tasks such as being a parent changing nappies into an act of worship, or the everyday ordinary mundane tasks that you do at work into a form of worship as well. And then we want to be able to show how to align that with having an eternal, long-term, ultimate kind of vision that you're working towards. And so as a result of what I've just described as the introduction to Kingdom Impact Lab, it's clarity on what you want to do, which is the biggest problem. An analogy I like to use in the past is, it's like, imagine you have a darts board in front of you, or if you're not familiar with a darts board, it's like a little board in front with, let's say it's like a little board in front with a series of rings going round, and you have a bullseye in the middle. Your aim is to throw a dart and hit the bullseye. If you have your eyes closed and then spin around in a few circles and then walk around a bit with your eyes closed, and when you stop and you have to throw and hit the dart at the bullseye, are you going to hit it? Probably not. Maybe you'll throw the dart and smash the window, but you probably won't. Statistically, well, from a probabilistic standpoint, it's unlikely that you're going to get it. Sure, you might by chance if you had enough tries, but you probably aren't. That's what happens if you're operating on life without a clear goal in your mind. You are moving in different directions all the time. You're not able to build on your previous progress. Every time you do things, it's just confusing and frustrating. Now compare it to you throwing the dart from one spot, and every time you throw a dart, it stays in the board. Well, the next time you throw the dart, you know where to aim for and where to, every time you throw a dart, if you can see what you're doing and the dart stays in the board, you're getting more and more accurate each and every time. You have a clear goal, you can see what you're doing, you've got a vision of what you're trying to hit. Well, the thing that I struggle with most throughout my entire life, and as a freelancer and in the business, is knowing what that bullseye was, knowing what the target is that I'm aiming for. Well, as an atheist and a materialist, the perspective from an atheist is that we construct and attach meaning and purpose to things ourselves, which means meaning and purpose is subjective, and it's down to us to decide what is meaningful and what isn't. And so as a result, my whole identity and everything I try to do in business and in life in many ways was to try to attach meaning and purpose towards chasing a financial goal. And it never really worked for me. Sure, chasing a financial target until I was financially secure was a meaningful goal. But once I achieved it, it was sort of, well, the next revenue goal I'm after is no longer exciting, motivated, or as meaningful. And so I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what my bullseye was, what is the target I'm aiming for, and I couldn't do it. And ultimately it ended in me closing my marketing agency after putting all my money into it, and walking away with a lot of lessons. I became a Christian, I started to study the Bible, and instantly I did have clarity. I had clarity in what my life mission was, my life mission is. I had clarity on what my purpose is, and everything I did had meaning and purpose. And it allows, if you were to do it, if you were to operate through the Christian lens, your ultimate vision, your big picture of what you want to achieve needs to be anchored in what it means to be Christ-like. You need to have a vision anchored in godly principles. you need to operate in a way that pleases and glorifies God. And when you do, you always have a why behind the why of what you're doing. And if you can define what your vision in your life and business is, rooted in biblical principles, you will always know what to do, and you will always have clarity, and that will then act as your foundation, as your North Star, that then distills and goes down into all of your decisions. Whether you're the CEO of a big company, that will trickle down into all the other departments, down to the individual employees, or whether you're just a regular person working a job, if you have your vision anchored in Christ, it gives clarity over what you should be doing on a day-to-day basis in order to make sure that you're moving towards the right goal and the right bullseye. I hope this video has been useful. That's all. I'll see you next time.